Red light appearing, and now they're set. And racing immediately. Goes to Walks was amongst the first to leave. Precautionary kicking through, though, will go to the front shortly after. Regal Magic's going to drive forward. Ellie and Pinkett jumped okay, but the rider having a look down to the near side can't get in as Dignity Bay presses on, and Classy Macro drives up behind them now in a slowing pace. Then came Bon Odyssey, followed by Stumble, who'd settled back there in the field with Regal Magic forced to go right back. And last of all is Bright Glow. Inside the last 700, and it's Precautionary that holds sway for Bo Banovic Edwards. Out by a length on Dignity Bay. Classy Macro third. Then the favourite Goes to Walks, who's being heeled along by Brad Parnham in the middle, with Ellie and Pink forced to cover ground. A length and a half to Bon Odyssey as they race past the 400. Back with Stumble, Regal Magic. The tail end of Bright Glow. Setting sail for home, Precautionary. Skipped off the corner, a length and a half to Classy Macro. Two to Dignity Bay. Goes to Walks. Classy Macro got its neck in front. Drew about a length and a half clear. Boots away from Precautionary. Goes to Walks is trying to level off, but Classy Macro is off and gone, and Classy Macro pulls away to win easily. Classy Macro by 2 lengths to Goes to Walks. Third home Precautionary. Bright Glow from last has grabbed fourth. A gap Dignity Bay, followed by Regal Magic, Ellie and Pink. It wilted after being wide all the way, back with Bon Odyssey, and last home Stumble. Classy Macro is the winner at any old odds. Upset result here. Maddie Derrick aboard the Stephen Rowe train, 4-year-old. And second up, this is Canetham. Sat off the course, got beaten 20 lengths on a good track first up. But certainly has switched right on here. Second up this afternoon at $51 on the WOP and tote. And produced an upset result. Number 2, Classy Macro, getting home at Bolter's odds, defeating 7 Goes to Walks, Brad Parnham, 8 Precautionary, Bo Banovic Edwards holding on to third spot, and from last Bright Glow was able to cut back inside of horses and running on to finish fourth in 1:11.56. So the time's okay. It's 2 1/4 by a length and a half. 1:11.56, the winner of Vital Equine, Pretentious Gilding, and out of a family that's produced a few individual winners as well. Part owned by Ron Sayers, who of course had the mare, Mrs. J. Rowe, R. McCaffrey, D. Spectre, I. Edwards, A. Walker, and D. Cream. Maddie Derrick aboard the Ruffy. Scoring from Goes to Walks by God Has Spoken from Death Knock. Owned by Cole Loxton, trained by Neville Parnham with Brad Parnham aboard. Precautionary by Safeguard from Jinsky Magic. In the yard of Fred Kersley, written by Bo Banovic Edwards. Next event on the card, the 5th event, the Tab Touch Better Your Bet handicap over the 1,000-metre flutter. And there are no scratchings to come out of the opening leg of the quaddie. So let's go down to Scotty, and for those that had a little saver each way, Classy Macro, it's a nice big payout there, getting home at long odds.
2, 7, 8 and 1 pays 51.50 on the tote. I doubt we'll ever see those types of odds again, Steve Rowe, because this horse is won by 2 1/4 lengths. Classy Macro coming into the race. What were your expectations for today's run?
Look, to be honest, you know, after you got flogged 20 lengths at your first up run, you don't come in with a lot of confidence. But to be honest, we just changed a few things around with him, and took the tongue bit off, put a tongue tie back on him, tweaked around with a bit of gear. Haven't done much different with his work. Just basically continued to look after him. But I must admit, his work on Saturday was very good, probably better than what it has been this time in. And I just think he's going to keep on improving now.
I heard you cheering him down the home straight, saying, "Come on, big boy," and it's a pretty good description too.
Yeah, he is a lovely size horse. I think he's about 16.2 1/2, and he weighs in at 550 kilos. So yeah, he's a fair lump of a boy, and does everything right around the stable. He's good.
How is he to train?
Yeah, look, apart from a few little quirky things, he's very funny around his head, this horse. He can, like, I put the tongue control bit on him, and he accepted it for 1 or 2 days, and all of a sudden he wanted to find the outside fence, the inside fence, just doing things wrong. So I had to put the tongue tie back on, and it's worked today, yeah. So, but apart from that, he's quite straightforward.
Most of us at home will probably be watching all the previous races thinking these horses down the middle of the track are suited. So when we review it, it might end up being an even more impressive win. What sort of ability level do you think he's got?
Oh, look, I've said to his owners for quite some time now with the few I've only got 4 or 5 in work, but I touted him 12 months ago as the best horse I've got. I honestly think he's Saturday grade, and the plan was if he went super today like he did, he'll go back. Now, we'll have to freshen him up and look after him, but he'll go back following Saturday week and have a crack at that West B Platinum final, because he had that one run where he went terrible, but he's had the race, so he's qualified it. So we'd be silly not to have a crack now, and I think 1400 is going to suit him down the ground.
Good luck with that. It's exciting times. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Stephen Rowe there with the win in Class C Macro. 2, 7, 8 and 1 here. Once he hit the front, he never looked like getting gunned down. I know the money was all over, goes 2 walks, but Michael, when Matty Derrick said go, he accelerated very impressively.
Did, and now that's 2 wins in Classy Macro's career. His first win, he won by 6.5 lengths, and today he's won by 2 1/4 lengths. So when he's on, he's definitely on. Bit of a difference between his best and worst, but as you heard there from trainer Steve Rowe, changed a couple of things up, and we saw the result today, and he's a beautiful looking horse as well. Big, strong chestnut, and looks pretty happy with himself as he's walking out of the yard. We'll get a quick word with winning jockey Matty Derrick just after she weighs in here. Is quite light, Matty Derrick. Hopefully all goes well there. And Classy Macro racing second up today. Good. I remember the run at 100 to 1 when finishing second as well last campaign. It was a really good effort and then bolted in next start. Matty, what were the instructions going into today's run?
I was sort of told to stay off the fence, but as it turned out, I sort of had to move over, and the Parnham's horse was coming up next to me and sort of pushed me over, but just sort of have him forward and let him keep rolling. He's a big horse, so he just likes his room, so it's suit him that the pace was on a bit, so yeah.
It went around at about 50 to 1. When did you start getting confidence that, well, gee, I can win this?
Coming into the corner, he was just travelling so well, and when he just come past that other one without a problem, I thought, oh, we could be in the money here. So, yeah, I was very happy with how he went.
Well, it looks as though that was your only ride of the day. So 1 ride, 1 winner. You can't do much more than that. Well done.
Thank you.
Derrick and also Stephen Rowe with Classy Macro. Second win at start number 9, and very, very impressive in the finish. Glenroy Chaff handicap taken out by Classy Macro.